I mean, there's nobody on the site here, so it's not as deadly as he thought it would be. The nade, is it going to be thrown on Godspot? Yep, no escape because of the fault line. Rex, ooh, doesn't take that much damage though, so he's still fine. And does have Nightfall to work with, unless when things do get a little bit hairy. And Buster using that Aftershock just to delay the push from Spawn even further. Counter Aftershock as well. And just delays everything as much as they can.
Yeah, oh, do you know they're in hell? They're able to get the kill towards Rex. Not looking good. Savvy also gets destroyed by Hell.
Player standing.
It's a bit far for Maui here to get this one done. Gonna go for a shot. Not gonna be able to find a detonator. Like you said, he doesn't need the big guns. You know, just the headhunter is enough.
What happened in that retake? How did they lose that? Like, 4 people got booped up by the Rolling Thunder, and they still lost the fight. Huh. Kind of interesting. There was that play from Deadly that he did use the ultimate. I think that was to scramble the rest of Winstreak to try to back away, respect the threat that, again, Showstopper just gives straight up. I think we are looking at a quick little pause here. But that was just so difficult to just kind of think about. There also was that point where Savage was out in the open, got cleaned up, I believe that by Hell F, who was just creeping through on short. I actually have no idea how he actually got through on short. Maybe he was able to wrap all the way around mid coming in through A main, and then that's how he got through short and sewers. But overall, just a solid thrifty retake here from Velocity, just again showing how well they coordinate with each other, and again the pedigree of this top team.
Yeah, I guess when they were going for the retake here, Velocity, what they did was they used the breach Aftershock immediately under Hell, because that's where the Rolling Thunder came from. So they had information, okay, they're underneath. We do have smokes through the entry points of A. It's going to be a bit more difficult to play around. So the moment they used the Aftershock, the Winstreak, they had a difficult time because they had to move out. And when they moved out, it was already on the crosshair of Velocity Gaming.
Hell F. Love how he's just still standing or staying in platform because he can always just TP away. Yep, there it is. Oh, he's going to play cheeky, but they have left Garage way out open. Deathmaker here might get flushed out, but oh my god, through the flash as well. He still deals with it. Right to Ace, right there. Right in the back. Does not get booped up. Has to fear that he could get blinded by the ultimate, so that was a good idea just to back away for now. Savvy's been demoted in terms of HP, but still somehow manages to fight through. They know that the Matarasu is right in front of them, and Savvy, well, to his namesake, very savvy with how he dealt with the opponents coming in bit by bit. That was so awkward. Hell F was feeling like, oh, this was such a genius play for me. I could do this all day long, but nobody was actually holding Garage. And then Deathmaker picks up the slack and actually gets an almost achievable round for Velocity here.
Yeah, unlucky for him. You don't really have infinite bullets in your Vandal. You know, you got a couple shots here, and then you have to reload. Sadly for him, he had to reload. I think he could have gotten that one if he was able to get more bullets here and there, but sadly they could not take control there towards the Force, finally making its show here for Deathmaker. But we did see quite a lackluster performance for now in his operator.
Savvy brings out again the Showstopper, finds one, but that's a trade for trade. Deathmaker is just playing at the back of the site here. I don't think they know that he's there because now they spotted out Hell F. But they're just, okay, due diligence, clear out everything as soon as the smoke dissipates. This is a weaker buy on Velocity side, mind you, JT, so can't really do too much. Maybe they can pick up some weapons, but Deadly is just, his binging is pinning his life just so that maybe his teammate can find an opening, but now he's the one that's left by himself. Big flank coming in from Astro, and that is going to be that.
I feel like WSG here, they have found the momentum that they needed. You know, we talked about on how Savvy is really the momentum shifter here, right? He's a momentum player here where he'll be able to really help his team rise up and to stand out in this situation. And so far, this Garage right now, it's been, how do I say, like the weak point of Velocity Gaming, because multiple times WStreak is just able to enter in and take control from there. Hell F, we saw him, right? He TP'd a while ago on aggressively or like defensively. Open area towards garage. No one was really defending it. Immediately dies thereafter. And then again, in the last round, this is what we see again, where garage was easily taken control of.
Sometimes that bit of lack of judgment of where map control should be. You'd think that maybe because they spent so much time in that previous round to dissuade Winstreak here, that Winstreak will stop pushing on garage. That's not really going to happen. So right now you are seeing Velocity just try to talk about that, talk things about first, and see if they're gonna be able to just polish what they're kind of lacking on. And of course, you know, what's set up there, they'll be able to do now that Deathmaker does have that opportunity to buy the operator once again. He's pretty stacked in terms of the money. He did have the 34th last round. Didn't get so much value there. So where are they going to go to get some of that value back? Now that he's actually pushing through all the way on
Oh
a
my
long.
gosh, this man.
Yeah, he's not going to
not
get
afraid.
spot anything. Yeah, but he's not going to spot anything there too, because everybody else is going the other direction.
I'm looking for him. Unless they go back and peek on towards A, we do see Killjoy. Maybe wants to say hello to Deathmaker. Not really going to be good. But this time, you know, like you talked about, during the timeout, you talked about what we needed to do, and it's defend the garage side much more. And there you have it. Help. Just kill immediately.
That was such a good bait and switch. Savvy backs, or rather, Deadly backs away. Hell picks up the pace. That is a 1-for-1 trade. And immediately the swift attack to go straight for B. No, straight go for A as they're trying to chase down Amaterasu. But this could be a bad idea now. They actually doubled back onto B, which is still good. And that was a two-pronged attack. At least this flushes back the defenders, but... Oh, man. That was not too good. Buster was thinking, like, maybe I can chase this kill now that, you know, I was able to use all of my utility to flush him out, but not expecting that LF would have just backed away onto the other side. Equinox into a corner. Nice little double up, but they still did not know that Deadly was coming in. And because they they used so much time to push it onto B side and were undecisive, smokes were starting to dissipate, especially smokes from Astro that were placed to stop the C-Link from the C-Link players from getting any vision, and then it just, you know, diminished, and then, oh, look, free kill for Deadly.
Yeah, it's like you're opening the fire range here. You know, nice, how do I say this, take here. I think for Velocity Gaming, they already knew what they had to play with. Deathmaker, he was just holding in, you know, waiting for the opportunity to get the shot. When I believe WC decided to go, let's go A, let's go, let's look for Amaterasu, let's get a kill. But the moment he went for A, Deathmaker gets a kill, goes back, holds it with Amaterasu, and then a quick rotation from Hell F. They had no clue where he was coming from and just shut that down immediately. And then now they were forced to just take B.
Spike down mid.
I like the adjustment, though, that they were able to pick B, but I think there was a couple of seconds that they wasted thinking if they should push A or B. And even though those are a couple of seconds that somebody would say, oh, you know, that's not really a big thing, it actually is, considering that there were some utilities that were going to get, again, dried up or, again, disappear once they start guessing themselves if they should push A or B. I did like the idea that if they push actually A and dealt with the two players there would be no other defenders, so they only have to deal with the ones on spawn and people coming in from C. In any case, Winstreak now pushing once again on A. The double peek coming in through garage, or rather window, but Astro is dealing with them bit by bit. Deadly is taking so much damage, has to respect that Maui's still there, or Astro's still there. And this is looking a much better offensive play from Winstreak. Equinox uses the ultimate just to shut them up. It actually gets destroyed, or Lockdown does get destroyed, and now they're going to try to go for the retake here. The 3 versus 4 in action. Deadly gets blasted by Buster, follows up for the second, and now we're down 4 right to Ace, but he doesn't know that Astro is right behind him. Could go for the stab, but cleans up the round with just a rifle kill in the end.
Yeah, Astro was just holding on, staying in window, waiting for the opportunity to rise. We did see a couple of agents who did push towards window, and Astro just gets it, decimates it immediately. I guess him playing that lurk type of play here really proved well. But then Buster, he was just hiding there in the corner, just waiting for them to peek, gets one, still is able to take the second one along, and that's all she wrote. Velocity Gaming.
Time for a
You know,
field
it's a
test.
bit of like a mixed ball here, right? Oh, with Deathmaker and how aggressive he plays. If it works, it works. But if it doesn't,
You want
it's
to
actually
fight it?
bad.
Ouch.
And they really need him to make a play, but when he can.
That was very, very awkward. What is that? Okay, it's last round in the first half, so I understand that they want to stop them from coming right. Wait, he's still actually planting the spike. Astro! What a risky play! I mean, he's already there. Might as well just get the plant and die, and then let the other players just play for post. But they weren't even giving that bit of safety, so Rex is just gonna charge right in and get absolutely hammered. Oh my god, Deathmaker is just like, yeah, I don't get that first kill, but the second one, I'll clean it up for you. Maybe,
Yeah,
you know, yeah, go ahead. I'll just say
I
my
think
piece
it's the fact that it's like, you know, it's the last round in the first half, and he's stuck. He has nowhere to go. You might as well just commit the plant and, you know, see where it goes from there. And it just seemed like that was the only choice Astro had at that given moment. Regardless of what would happen, not really checking your corners immediately. I guess they were just hoping to get the site, you know, be able to plan it and take control. But I guess it goes to show, right? Sometimes Velocity have been very sneaky in their corners, and we've seen it really work out in their favor. So number one tip that everyone gives, check your corners before you enter the site, because there might be a sneaky guy just right around the corner.
I will say, I think there was a bit of mind games that Velocity were, I think, planning on that particular round. You did see that use of the Rolling Thunder, and even I was kind of surprised why the Rolling Thunder was there, but I think it's a two-pronged approach, right? Is to dissuade the attackers from coming into the C site. It's also to maybe let Winstreak think that there's like more players on that site already positioned, because there's so much utility being invested by Velocity, and they said like, oh, they should not have any form of control maybe on B already, and so we should push right there, right? And then, as you mentioned, there's that cheeky little position from Deathmaker, and because they weren't able to flush him out, there was that awkward point where Aster just had to really commit to the plant on the spike, because if he didn't, that would just mean that they're outnumbered. They wouldn't be able to reposition anymore, and he just needs to at least give a position of post-plant for his team. So he was risking his life, but even then, again, as I mentioned, not given the light of day to be able to do that. So Velocity, I think, is just quicker on being able to deal with these second-per-second decision-makings compared to Winstreak, who are, again, struggling. They're trying, they're making it happen, but it's still not able to just prove any dividends or come into fruition at the very last possible second.
Yeah, we talk about Xavi really being that, how do I say, the momentum shifter for the team. And it goes to show it, when he does get shut down immediately, like they lose that portion of them, of being able to control or take control of a map. Because on how Xavi plays, the moment he enters the map, it gives so much information. At the same time, he's able to, you know, give way for his teammates to be able to take the spy, to get it planted, or to get into the site. But once he dies, they kind of lose that off. You know, they lose that, how do I say, part of the team. And when that happens, Velocity, the way they are able to answer the aggression coming from Streak Esports is phenomenal.
Now, as we change the sides, we'll see how well they can answer the aggression of Velocity now that Velocity is actually going to be the one reaching into the sites here. Savvy's already thrown out his nade and actually done a bit of damage on Deadly. Okay, Deadly sets up the Roomba. Boombot. Boombot for Boombot. A bit of a crush gear happening in in Garage here. Savvy actually gets pinned down to like single digits. This is not what they're kind of hoping for. Oh, okay. He backs away. That actually baits so much utility already. That's going to be the gravity well for a good chunk of seconds. That's going to be knowing where the Killjoy lies. So the rest of Velocity already creeping their way onto the A side where there's not really much resistance. There is the possible fault line from Buster here, but it's only really Rex with a Haunt and a Prowler. So we'll see how much he can really do as the rest of Velocity slowly creep in. Oh, that flash. Rex didn't know that Amaterasu actually got the cross, but he's not going to peek that anymore as a Prowler starts to at least start to flush them in.
What an amazing play here.
No.
Oh, Amaterasu, he gets a kill, and looks like the Velocity, they're just taking control of the map, or a side per se.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
He was not the proper agent to be there. Oh, he didn't even see the gun.
Oh my
What
gosh.
a flick though from Astro. Okay, this is still a 3 versus 1. Not the end of the world, but still a very difficult endeavor regardless. Traverses through the nade, gets in a little bit closer, but doesn't know that there's one onto the corner. Now he knows. He's waiting, trying. They line up, but they answer so quickly and swiftly. Again, I'm going to go back to my statement there. I didn't like that the Fade was alone on A-Long. Again, not really the best of agents to really hold off. He's getting information with the Prowler and the Haunt, but unless he gets kills with the pistol itself, it's not as effective as you think it could be.
I would definitely say Velocity, the moment they were able to just enter in, like you said, you don't really want to have Fade to be the one holding in that position at the given moment. Meanwhile, though, at least we saw such a beautiful shot from Astro that across the screen. 10 out of 10. That was amazing. Now the question is, how are they going to be able to hold the side down? Look how quick W Strike is rotating to A. Like, the entire squad is almost there.
Yeah. They're just banking on the fact that there's going to be more players. Oh, they're just... Okay, it just ran out, and they got spotted because of the smoke. Oh, no. They got seized up. Is Helif going to push this? Now, he respects that there could be some cheekiness happening. They're going to back away for now. And look at how Deathmaker actually just creeps up all the way. So he's going to spot them on the rotation. I don't know if they spotted that Astro's there. But again, to cut off rotation is going to be Deathmaker. Don't know that Astro knows about this. And they're going to start to... Yep, they stunned him. They're going to try to clear him. Now they do. Deathmaker still at spawn. Finds one. Could actually go for a second. And Savvy has ran all the way around. But because Deathmaker's still alive, he'll have to destroy that trademark first and foremost.
One enemy remaining.
But he can't because Deathmaker's still alive here. So, yep. This is going to be a very dangerous round for Savvy. It's a 3 versus 1. No utilities. Only the Spectre to really fall back on.
Yep. There you have it. Deathmaker takes the third kill off this round. I guess the moment they saw everybody there, you know, like they were just sitting ducks. They're just waiting for the moment for them to strike. And then immediately Velocity Gaming went to C side. Did not know that Astro was there. Immediately gets one, but really couldn't really convert much out of it. Because, like you said, 4 players were in A, so it will take time for them to rush back in towards C. And Deathmaker, the positioning that he had throughout the entire round itself, it made it much more harder for them to go back and retake it.
Where are
Yeah,
you?
absolutely. And because Astro was there, even though he did get a pick, the thing about that is it does lull their team into a false sense of security, right? Because Astro's getting a lot of map control, but there are points and time in those points where he wasn't able to spot where Deathmaker was. So them thinking that he might have gotten so much map control, it actually was, again, a false sense of security there. Gravity Well to just flush things out. They're really forcing utility right now, but I do like this because of the fact that it baits a lot of the utility from the defenders as of here. Savvy gets his first pick. But again, this is all planned by Velocity as they want to go for that B side because they don't have any more smokers. They'll have to fight once again. Deathmaker is just so smooth with the Headhunter, by the way. If he can find any more shots here, this would be perfect.
It's the Caster's curse. The more we talked about Deathmarker,
oh no!
With the Headhunter, he just misses the entire shot. Rex closing that round out. They played well with their utils, you know, slowing down the pacing of the match, slowing down Velocity's momentum in trying to take a side.
I should probably place some stars
properly
in the
place utilities, probably place, you know, smokes here and there, made it a bit harder for them to just straight up enter the side and just take control of it.
That's a good start.
Like you said, Deathmaker really well with a Headhunter, but sadly at that moment where he saw 3 people, he could have gotten more before he died, but dies in the end.
Oh my god, Savvy's just...
Oh, Savvy?
Both of them were stunned. And Savvy was the one that got the shorter end of the stick. Oh, they were so prepared for that cheekiness he was gonna do. How did they do it? How did they read the situation so well? My goodness.
read him like a book, probably on how aggressive he is, and how just getting more and more kills.
Yeah, there's no more resistance on A side. Just run right up, plant the spike, and get the round. Hellaf, is he gonna actually go for the TP? Nope. Equinox as well as Astro. Yes, guys. Maui Wowie is Astro. By the way, if you're wondering why I keep calling him Astro, because he is Astro. They're gonna play that save game just because there's literally nothing that they can do other than just, you know, try to save these weapons because their economy is just absolutely shot.
Yeah, as you can tell, you know, Deathmaker, he's marking them. You know, he wants to get those kills just to hurt their economy more. Still, just around the corner. Like you said, Astro's just there. Will he be able to get the shot? Nope, misses it. Actually, I like how Astro was. He was just stepping on top, waiting for the crosser placement to hit him in the head, and there you have it. He'll get a kill, but not really a big loss for Velocity, as Tour de Force is in the hands of a Deathmaker, and a timeout is being called.
BYB fam.
Yeah.
Going to Astro to do
This
them
is
Astro
a very
Daddy
much
and
needed
BYB.
timeout right now. I was just checking chat this a couple of minutes ago, and they were kind of also wondering how the communication is from is going to be for Wind Strikers. I mean, both regions have very proficient English communication as well, but I guess there is still that little bit of lag time, you know, just to figure out how to say this in English, something like that. That could also be could also be a demerit for Win Streak. They are still doing incredibly well, considering that they're more of a team in their infancy, 10-6. But the struggles are being shown right now, that they have ideas being drawn and scripted, but it's not being executed as clean, I think, as they're kind of hoping for. Now as the timeout ends, we'll see if there's any changes in the regime, as it's still Velocity with such an amazing hold in this game. And honestly, I think individually we gotta give it to Deathmaker, who's just been so fantastic again with the Death Hunter positional kills. He's just been finding so much value, even though he's not supposed to get these. He's still able to hit marks with this Headhunter ability of his.
Yeah, exactly. And there you have it. Deathmaker gets a kill, but Savvy, look how aggressive that positioning is. Dies though in the end.
All right, they're charging right in. No holds barred. Knows that Buster is right there on spawn. That was a little bit iffy because both of them got blinded, but there's more players from Velocity not. So a peek out is just what they need, what the doctor ordered. And we're down once again to Equinox. You know, one of the other players that on the last series, it was Universe that was saying that this is one player to also definitely watch out for, but I don't think we've seen the value that they were kind of hoping for here. And Equinox just about to get shot on by Hell F if he just gets maybe a second closer. Yeah. He's going to try to get some value right now, as there's just no more rounds. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, now you know where he is. Yeah. Welcome to the hands. Never mind, Equinox. He runs scot-free there. I don't know if you noticed, but I just saw Hell F immediately reacted to that one. It's like, oh my god, what just happened there?
It's the curse of trying to get somebody and then crouching for the shot because you're so sure about the kill, right? And then when it doesn't happen, you don't have that mobility to strafe and get back into cover. It happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Happens
11-6. True.
But like you said, 11-6. Just a couple more for Velocity if they want to claim map number 1 and W Streak. And you have to go for a buy round, and you can tell it's not like the ideal buy. We do see, I guess someone bought a Guardian and light armor. You know, they're forced or driven to the situation where you really need to get around, because right now it's just looking like it's Velocity is right onto the third gear here and just dominating so far. Third gear here and just dominating so far. Third gear.
Yeah. It feels like the mid-round presence of the mid-round win streak is what we're seeing lacking in this point, right? Because the start of the round, it's good. The rotation's not really that bad as well because they're reading the situation perfectly. It's just that how they react to the utility being thrown out by Velocity, I think, has been the biggest error that we've kind of experienced more than this one. A lot of force being shown on mid. Oh, a lot of big force being shown on flash. Set it up. He does not want to commit to it. Set it up. I think it's because he's afraid that there's more people here. Not really expecting that Velocity is going to be, again, placing themselves for that A push once more. Equinox by himself here. Utilities being thrown out, but there is the Rolling Thunder to stop them from coming right in. The hunt is just absolutely perfect. Look at Hell is going to find another one if there is anybody here. Not going to happen anymore. Nate to delay. Savvy backing away. No, he really wants to fight here. He's going to just backing away. Not fight anything. That's a frustration showstopper, mind you. Has a Guardian in hand. He's waiting for his teammate to come in for the help, but how much can Astro really do when there's just so much utility being thrown here by Velocity? There's the peek out, but again, the crossfire is just so sublime. There's the peek out, and that is going to be a solid round from Velocity, as now we're looking at match point. Solid round from Velocity, as now we're looking
off the map. Like he got chewed off exactly in the hands of Hell F there. He was trying to run away, get out of the side stake here, but he was trying to run away, get out of Thunder, pushes him off. And then after that, just took another side. There was really nothing. And then say here, Hell F just finding one after another, and then perfect crossfire. Just made it impossible. And he did talk about how Sabi throws out the showstopper. Doesn't even get frustrations is what it is.
Obscuring vision.
Hail Mary or frustration, whichever one that was, it just did not bear any fruit whatsoever. Velocity though, okay, this ultimate, not ultimate, excuse me, but the nade is going to be perfect. Okay, finds one. Not ultimate, excuse me, but the nade. This is a fight that their defenders are starting to win here. This is a fight, JT. Their defenders are starting to win here. Oh my god, this is such a little HP. He's gonna get thrown out the seas. There's the nade. Say goodbye. You're down. You're dead. You're eliminated. Say goodbye. You're down. You're dead. You're eliminated. Sight here. Grab a bulldog. Gonna run up. Get spotted, but he has the nightfall. If they commit to this, get spotted. Will be embraced by his ultimate. Deadly. Oh, I love this. The threat of just the ultimate rather than actually pushing wildly with the showstopper. Oh my god, the line's being drawn. Oh wow, they actually were like, let's just finish this, push the C long as a 5-man, and nothing will happen. Bad will happen, and then everything went wrong.
Yeah, that was bad. I guess they were really confident enough. Like that was. You know what? We just need one more win. C has been looking good for us for quite a lot of time here, but the utilities being played inside of win streak, the utilities amazing. Although Astro, we did see Astro, he was just stuck around the corner. He had nothing to do. He had nowhere to run. He was just stuck. He had nothing to do. He had nowhere to run. He was just stuck.
I mean, there's still so many rounds that they have to fight for this. So I mean, there's still so sure how well they can perform here and now. I mean, there's still so how well they can. We'll see how they start to march through on this one. See how they start to march again through on this one. It's a bait of utility. Look at how the offense just immediately backs away. Look at how goes through their side of the spawn. Deathmaker always separates from his team because he's always the one to just hold the lurk and actually defuse if there's anybody who's gonna just try to be cheeky. Matarasu, a little bit more utilities being used here, and you can already see Winstreak is second guessing themselves. Savvy finds a pick on the sewers right now. This is huge because this actually shortens the ability of the offense if they can go for A, but actually shortens the ability of the offense if they can go for A, but much more noise onto the B side here. These bits of we're trying to threaten your defense is working much better for them, but somehow Buster manages to pick up the 2K. Somehow all gone to the wayside, but 2 versus 4. They think it's B. There's still plenty of time to go for C as Velocity. There's still plenty of time to go for C as
he's holding the line here. He's holding the fort for C. He's waiting for them to go for the first one. I think Astro just called it out. He has the damn time. It is gonna be C. Oh no! Astro gets that one. It's gonna be C. He immediately looked up and then down. Didn't go for the shot when he went for the peek. Now Buster just right around the corner. That is where Ryder faces. There's nowhere for him to hide and nowhere for him to run. Savage. Hide and nowhere for him to run.
Now it's starting to fail. They're bits of aggression where they're like, okay, we're gonna start using our utility just to beat you guys. Okay, we're gonna like start using our utility 2 to 3 rounds now, but it's not gonna happen for like 4 or 5 rounds from now. 2 to 3 rounds now. You can really see win streak is starting to call their bluff. Yeah, there you go. Velocity's like, yeah, we messed up. You can't always keep calling their bluff because it's not gonna work. So timeout first. A different approach is definitely much needed here if they want to finish this game off. Because if not, there is a chance that we could be looking at a timeout here, JT. There is a chance that we could be overtime here, JT.
Yeah, I was like, timeout. Yes, we are overtime. That's right. But yes, it could come a but yes, overtime here on how things are going so far. Both the game, I guess. When you're at that point, when you're 12 and you're ahead of your opposing team, your 12 and opponent, per se. I guess they're becoming way too confident in where they're playing and how they're playing and how they're just pushing in and rushing in. It just goes to show that you still have to really still be careful of your opponents here because they could just pull a how do I say this, a quick one on you. You know, you just never know what can happen. And this is timeout. That's when you talk to your team and go like, guys, let's take a chill and let's see what we can do for now. Let's not be too hyper, excited on thinking we already have enough. We don't have yet. Excited on thinking we already have enough. They're doing rather well on how well they are adjusting right now. How Velocity Gaming is doing right now.
Oh, I like this adjustment from win streak. Yeah, they know it's gonna. There's a huge possibility it's gonna be the A side because of that rolling thunder that's already available here for right to ace, and it's a good read overall. They're trying to clear up all the utilities right now. Okay, this is where we just see how well their post plant is going to be, or if there is going to be a post plant. If we do see the counter here, because right now Savvy does have the showstopper. We do see the counter far away right now. Savvy from the A side. Okay, Equinox's utility will be good to just delay, but I don't think it's going to be a big delay. There it is. Both Rolling Thunder-esque abilities used. There's a gravity well that is going to be placed or planted for Godspot mayhaps, or just wait for the utility first because they've already secured the A side. They don't really need to do anything fancy anymore here. Equinox finds an opportunity. Savvy blasts with the ultimate. This is perfect. They're using their abilities just to delay the even further. They don't know he's held. They don't know he's held. They line up. But Hell F is only good for 2. They line up. But Hell F is only good for 2. They line up.
I guess the delay. We talked about how well. I guess the delay. We talked about it already, and Dean, you already had a feeling it is going to be a just because of the ultimate on the side of Velocity Gaming. You really not felt the pressure as much to be able to enter the side because they have the pressure as much to be able to enter the side. I guess Savvy immediately getting a pick off here and then using his ultimate, and Savvy usually getting a pick as one group was enough. That maker, he wasn't really there in the side immediately because he is the guy that we talked about where he's just looking for people lurking around a possible backstab, but nobody really went on that route. No one went for the backstab at all.
I think that would have been just aside from the backstab, right? I think that double Rolling Thunder was kind of an overkill. Sorry, Nightfall and Rolling Thunder if you're being cheeky about the utilities or the ultimate, if you're names. About the utilities. Nice gravity well. Good little kill there. Velocity stumped on what they need to do. But yeah, going back to Velocity stumped on what they need to do. But yeah, a little bit of overkill. You don't really need to, right? Since you already have such an effective side take with the Rolling Thunder to save the Nightfall for maybe later on. Because if you think about it, post-plant-wise, it's so useful because you know that Savvy already has the showstopper. So if you can deafen him, he'll have to actually visually, or at least visually, bet on the fact that you're actually there in that particular corner when he uses his showstopper. Anyways, moving forward, it seems like there is a rally here for win streak. Seems like there is a rally here.
I also like how Equinox changes placements with his kit here, with his swarm and everything. Waiting for them to go, and there you have it. Immediately stops them from entering the side. stops them from entering the side.
He used everything. Oh, no.
30
This
seconds
guy,
left.
they used everything. Savvy's nade is going to be crucial here. But the spike will still get planted. Crucial here. He does get right to Ace, but Tarasu spots him out in the cheekiest of corners. Deadly. Loving the use of the satchel just to delay. Just a little bit further. As dust settles, 2-2. Just to delay. Dust settles. You don't even know he's into the corner here. There's Equinox. You don't even know he's into the corner here. There's Equinox. He just gets closer and closer. Why did he have to shoot? He gave away his position. Why did he have to shoot? The Hell F was so sure now. His position. Oh my goodness. Was so sure now. The round that it looked like much better for win streak was the round that they looked much better for win streak was the round that they
it was kind of sad to see though. I guess Equinox really good place. It was kind of sad to see though. Able to stop him for quite a bit here and there, and then able to stop him out of nowhere. They're able to just take control of it. Nowhere. In the span of just a couple of seconds, they lost the game and just took control of 8 seconds. They didn't really have much to say here. Savvy, Diet, he did get 1 kill with the guy who placed the spike, but he went for the reload immediately. I guess muscle memory where you just go like, oh, once you get your few shots down, you press R, and then once you get pumped up, gets picked off and then gets killed.
I guess he was focusing too much on another aspect of what he wanted to do there, because usually, you know, as you're kind of reloading in that position, you want to go closer to the side of the window, just so that, you know, you're not kind of exposed through a short, which he kind of was against Amaterasu. So whatever happened there, really huge mistake, because losing a player such as him in that heaven control really hurt the retake of win streak, because they wanted to get that the verticality just so that they can maybe stop anybody from getting that crossfire set up from Hell as well as Elon, because there was something set up there between Deadly and his teammate. And then Hell F just again showing to us what South Asian Omen players do best, which is to just be as aggressive but also sneaky through their own smokes. It was also really weird to see Equinox try to shoot there when he didn't know where his opponent was. He was maybe guessing that he could get a kill with a wall bang, but the biggest issue to that is there's a huge smoke right behind him. He didn't know where his opponent was, and again, in Valorant, audio is such a huge factor. So he gave away his position, and Hell was like, yeah, this is all mine now. He gave away his position.
Yeah, I guess the reason why he didn't look at the smoke, actually, the moment the smoke came out, the reason why he didn't look at the smoke, actually, the moment he went in, came out, TP'd right, and then went out. And the moment he went out, Equinox actually went for the smoke. He went inside the smoke, checked to see if it's clear, and he didn't see anybody. Immediately, in his thought process, oh, he's probably in sewers. He's probably hiding there. But yeah, the shot a bit questionable. You know, but yeah, the firing without knowing that for sure, 100% is there. It still could be hard to tell. But I guess it goes to show how much pressure he is in that moment. It's a 1v1. That round is make it in that moment. It's a 1v1. That round is sadly it's a goal in his hands here. And sadly, kudos to Halef, an amazing player. We just see how cheeky he is with his spots, with his corners, and how well he performs overall. As well, I guess we got to see Datmaker too, on how good his chamber is. Sometimes you think like, you know what, he doesn't need a Vandal. Headhunter is all he needs. You know what, he pops some heads. Just one shot kills all he needs.
You actually see some really bad, I think, practices that we see from Deathmaker when he has a rifle in hands, but when he has that Headhunter, it just kind of vanishes, right? And that's what you really see his value come up on. That's probably definitely one of the stats that you would like to see, like maybe with the API or something, right? Where you see how more kills he has with a Headhunter compared to like a rifle. That would be definitely something to maybe hope for in the future. But in any case, you're absolutely right. Deathmaker, one of the players that has created such an impact for this particular first game. It was much closer than what I was kind of expecting, but win streak definitely had a really solid understanding of what they needed to do. I think we're still going back to the point with reckoning that this is still a team that struggles with the roster that they have, but squad, there is some very good merits as well as coordination that can really make a team, with like God Squad and right now with Velocity, still respected because ending the series like that, or the game, excuse me, like that, is still definitely a win in my book. In any case, we're going to be looking at how they're going to perform now coming into game number 2, which is Breeze. This is a map that I think, at least for Astro and Savvy, they definitely know, but I don't know the extent of how well the rest of Winstreak's players can make this happen. For Velocity, I know that they've played this a couple of times already, and they have a solid performance already on this one. So another challenge for Winstreak to maybe prolong this fight and get us into
But yeah, Velocity, kudos to them. That was just month number 1. Still a best of 3. It could be possibly a long game. WSG Esports, we saw the potential in that match. We saw on how well they were doing, and the moment the momentum caught off, then that's where Velocity started picking up the pace here. And they couldn't really crack the code on how well Velocity were answering their plays, their aggression. Yes, he saw a glimmer of hope going through the garage, but after that, gets shot down immediately again. Can't wait to see. You did talk about on how well they are in Breeze, how Savvy is and Astro. They're quite familiar in Breeze, but Velocity, it's their pick. We saw Haven being picked by their pick. It was their go-to map. Sadly, we didn't really see how well they could have performed there, although they did give a glimmer, that ray of chance that they could have come back. Now it's their time to take on the map of Velocity, which is Breeze. Now it's their time to take on the map of Velocity. Oh my, it's a big map.
It's a map that, again, Chambers can really get so much value onto this one. Chambers can really get so much. What is going to be such a interesting? What is going to be such a thing to also watch here is, I think if you look back on the Haven to also watch here is, I think as we're just talking a bit more about this is, I don't think we ever really see Savvy actually go super fast and try to double satchel in as the rest of his team pours in, right? And that's actually a really big thing to point out, because that's one of the things that's super important when you go on Breeze. And speaking of which, Savvy, player with the MVP on map 1, even though there was a considerable loss for Winstreak, you still do really see how close the game really was. So 21 kills, 5 first bloods, 312 ACS, plenty of 90. The value's there. It's just not really translating just yet into the values there. It's just not really translating.
It just goes to show that it does truly take time for a team to really, how do I say, figure out their play style, their chemistry, and how well they can play around each other and have that trust with one another, right? That they have your back. It's okay, I got this clear, and being able to take control from there on. Now, we have to see what can be offered in Breeze. You were talking about it is a big map, and we do see Chamber usually being played here, and Chamber how well, like, and personally speaking, do you think we're gonna see a Savvy Jet on like, what does he usually go to here?
I think, yeah, it is going to be the Jet. If it's Raze, it's just going to be the Jet. I don't think Raze gets too much value on Breeze unless you really have a game plan. Jet, I think, is more malleable with what you kind of want to do, especially when you can use that Cloud Burst to plug up some of the corners that you want to push in on, right? So it's very important, I think. So we'll probably see Savvy play on, right? So I wonder if Astro is still gonna go for. I wonder if Astro is his Astra, or we'll have to see for the default of like the Viper. In any case, Deathmaker still should be going on that Chamber. It's a fantastic map for a player like him, because again, those long range fights, his ferociousness, his ferocity with how he aims is going to be something to definitely bank on again here. Deadly could also go again for that Jet. Now we might be looking at a contrast of what the initiators are. Usually the thing that we do see is it's a KO and Sky, maybe a Sova and Sky. Usually Sky is a really good pickup on this particular map, but we'll see what's going to be the changes on that one. Still very very excited. There's still so much to kind of to try to what's the word here to digest coming into this second game. There's just so much still to be questioned here because even though we do know that Velocity have that ability to make this into a 2-0, you do see win streak still having that opportunity to counter that. In any case, guys, we're gonna go on a quick break. When we come back, it's game number 2. We'll see if this series ends our night sooner, or will there be more to come. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Sooner or such a electrifying first map on Haven. Again, with this best of 3 between Velocity and Windstreak. My name is Astra. With me now is Caster JT, and we're bringing the action. Gosh, I took a quick bite, and now I'm just like my energy levels have just gone up high, man.
I see.
I ate my wrap. I ate my energy levels, my Gochujang wrap.
I see. I never tried that actually. But you know what else is hungry, or who else is hungry for victory? But definitely it's WSG Esports. They're out there. You know, a new team, new blood. You want to get a victory out of their Velocity team gaming. You know, you want to get at least a map here. Go to map number 3 in Pearl.
Absolutely. We did talk about how they kind of struggled in some aspects of how their team has played, but they definitely show a lot of promise with the rounds that they won. Because the rounds that they won weren't scruffy or anything; they're pretty decisive. But there's definitely an opportunity there to really rise above and beyond. But Velocity, I think, is just one step above, maybe even 2, with how they want to play against Windstreak. There was a couple of rounds where I was mentioning that they were calling the bluff, or they were always making a bluff play on certain angles, and then Windstreak was just, we gotta respect this, we gotta try to fight it. And then Windstreak adjusted to that, they got a couple of rounds, but of course, because there was that lead that Velocity built up for themselves, but of course, they were able to adjust just in the nick of time to stop things from being bleed out too long. 13-9 as we see that one, and again, the next map coming in our eyes is going to be Breeze. And again, the next map
is VLT's favorite map to play here. We did see on how well as a squad Velocity is, and playing it in the bigger map like Breeze, this just goes to show that they have what it takes, you know, to take this 2-0 if they would choose to do so. Now, more pressure comes on to WSG Esports to get something out of this. We saw how well they are as individual players. They're really good. They're really well getting those frags, getting those kills, but at the end of the day, it's not a solo game. It's a team game, and it just goes to show on how experienced Velocity is as a squad, how well their leads are, and how well they're playing around the map. Meanwhile, you kind of see WSG Esports here a bit iffy. Not super sharp and confident as what they want to do. A lot of misplays here and there. And then we talked about maybe communication is also not yet built properly within the team. You know, that's one of the things that is to see. When you're a squad has been together for quite some time already, communication-wise, you're good, you're set. But in their end, since there are a bunch of new players slapped into one team, communicating, clearing the comms, telling who the other player is, like, it can get jumbled up. So, yeah. Telling who the other player is. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I was going to let you finish what you were saying. But you're absolutely right. I was actually looking real quick into the statistics for Windstreak, the previous matches that they've done. So they've never played Breeze together as this particular current roster. And the other matches that they played in different maps against different teams in different tournaments, their win streak with the games that they played, there actually is very abysmal. As of now, I think they have like at their highest, like looking at just very abysmal stats, like 25% win rate. So there really is that point where this team is definitely struggling, and they're still finding their groove. And another team that they're going to have to go up against, they're still finding right now, is Velocity. And this is a really, really huge deal for them. They can even just take away one map from a team such as this is at least going to give them a definite direction of where to go. And right now, they definitely need it because obviously they knew. In any case, Breeze definitely need it because no statistics whatsoever yet for this particular team. We don't really have an idea what they can do. But on the other side, for Velocity, Velocity has played this a multitude of times, and they have a very, very good standing in this particular Breeze map. That's why very picks. I think they have like a 79% win rate in the matches that they played overall, and they actually have a very standard composition where you have again Deathmaker going to be playing as a chamber. They got they got a Shed, they got the Viper, they got the 2 initiators, which is the Sova and the Sky. So at least they do know they have already an idea what they want to do, and now there's going to be that question of how well is the understanding of velocity with their pedigree already in Breeze compared to Win Streak, who's kind of like the new kids on the block and still figuring things out. Do they have something special that they're going to use here? Are they going to just mirror match, or is it going to be a different set of picks that we're looking at here? So far, it's looking pretty much the same. I would kind of like to maybe see like a neon or something, but looks like not. But I would kind of like to maybe see like a neon or something about the Cypher, but looks like not. But
like you said, we didn't really have much, actually no statistics at all for Esports here in terms of what the statistics at all agent setup in Breeze. Obviously, we can see on the side of Velocity, we already know what they are. It's been there, and there you have it. Rex going for that. We already know what they are. It's been there, and there you have it. That's why Velocity, we already know that this is their map. This is what their comfort zone, especially with the agent lineup. This is what they have practiced numerous times and played in the countless of tournaments. Now, W3, it's really on them to show us what they can achieve here. It is what, because this is the best of 3. This could be their final game, or a game that they can take. And like you said, they need to take a game. They have to boost up their confidence again for them to go for, let's say, if you take this map, they're more confident enough on fighting Velocity in Pearl. But they're more confident enough. Will it be an upset, or will we see that glimmer that we saw from Win Streak and map number 1? That short glimpse of glimmer that we saw, we'll be able to produce it here on map number 1.
So, again, people might be thinking, why not Killjoy? I think Killjoy is not really as effective here. Again, people might be thinking, in Breeze, because the rotations are too far, and again, because of the proximity activation of it, or for utility, it's not really as effective. I think again because of the proximity, you're useless in this particular map. But the Cypher, you might think that I'll just put my tripwires on mains and that's going to give me so much value. I think you have to look at it from a more awkward positional standpoint, where if you just put your tripwires on a position where you have a straight shoot down, not really on mains like B main or A main, on a very awkward angle where opponents might not expect it, and you just get that one tag and you get that one kill. That's the value that you really want to give up. And because you can have 2 tripwires here, you have 1 tripwire that you can put on A main, another awkward tripwire, and then the Cypher cam, you get a lot of map control while not being on the site itself. So you can get that good amount of push that you need if you want to get a little bit cheeky to lurk a little bit forward. So we'll see how that goes, and it seems like it's going to be a nice little break for our teams here. Alright, you know what? I also have like my coffee. Nice little break for our teams here. Alright, you know what? I also have like my coffee.
The thing is with me, I don't drink coffee. Coffee makes me sleepy. I don't know if...
Oh, okay, you're done.
If any of you guys have... I don't know who also feels sleepy with coffee. That's me. Like, whenever I learn about it in college. When I started drinking coffee, let me drink some coffee here. Whenever I learn about it in college. When I started almost failing an exam. So, sadly, that's what I did. Anyway, let's talk about the game. Sorry, side segue.
I want to finish the side segue. Also, production was saying it's tea break. I understand. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee. I want to finish the side segue right now. Not fancy. Production was saying it's tea break. I understand. But okay. Sorry. Coffee doesn't. What's the word? It's not a. Coffee doesn't. Oh, team break. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not. That is on me. You know what? Maybe they're having tea inside the bathroom while they're doing their thing. All right. So I don't. You don't know that. I don't know that. We're just assuming. We're casual. We always assume. Anyways, back to the action. Deadly. We're just assuming. All right. He's deadly. He gets a pick. Anyways, back to the action. Deadly. We're just assuming. All right.
Savvy just went and said hello, and then he immediately just gone. Just a few seconds with the map as well, and for the round. He immediately gonna be trying to gone. Just a few seconds with the map as well. He's fun round. The snake bite is there to slow them down. Cypher, or was it? setup there, defending, making sure that no one will be able to lurk from behind. And it's like the early setup entered the site here as KO has the spike in hand. It's like the early setup entered.
Okay, all they have to do is really wait for the defenders to just come right in. Okay, Spike has not just really wait for the defenders to look at it. Come right in for maybe the wall to come up once again before they start doing anything. Yep, there it is. Right to Ace. He doesn't know that anybody's on the site yet, but the double peek. Oh, that's the Spike taken down. This is not good. Deadly still has a dash, so if everything gets a little bit hairy, he can always just get away, but he overcommits. And Astro wins the fight, but look at this. Dust settling. He can always just get away, but he overcommits. Rex and Astro very low in HP. Astro's decided to just go all the way around. This could work. Rex is low in HP. Astro's decided to just go all the way around. Astro's right here. He smokes. Beautiful, lurk. Beautiful, beautiful. But right to Ace by himself. He knows that Astro is deadly low. 8 HP. There he is, right in front. Hits the shot. Astro is deadly low. I mean, I like the idea that he was trying to wrap around, but there definitely was no time for them to just slowly creep up and try to clear corners as quickly or as smoothly as possible. Slowly creep up and try to clear corners as quickly as smoothly as possible.
They were holding that land really long. They were just waiting for the walls to come up. Or I feel like what they were trying to achieve here is that they were waiting for someone to peek for Buster to get a kill. You know, sadly for Buster, he was greeted by 2 players. You know, he's able to say hello to Deadly and to right to Ace. If he was able to get that one, it would have been much easier for them to play around and to see the lurk. If he was able to get Astro, but sadly it just didn't work out in their favor. And to see the lurk. If he was able to get Astro, but sadly it just didn't work out in their favor.
Loving the group up here from Win Streak. If you're going to be on the pistols, might as well be on a group. Loving the group up here from Win Streak. If you're going to be on the pistols, might as well be on a group. Loving the group up here.
And Savvy, immediately dashes out. Right to Ace, holding the door. You know what I say? Hold that door. Don't let anybody in. Dashes out. Sure, it's not that easy to just take a side in the hands of Velocity, especially when they do it. It's not that easy.
Ooh, I love this wall. Okay, default walls from A main are actually really bad because it's too shallow when you plays the Viper. If you look at it from a perspective, that's really bad, but if it comes through here on mid, it actually separates the site a little bit more. Of course, it's a little bit more open because of the smokes, and you're going to have to deal with this, such as Deathmaker, but he's by himself. They're going to have to fight him, but he is hitting every single shot. That Recon Dart is helping him out. Fight him. He is hitting every single shot. That Recon Dart is helping him out. The KO Dart, or the KO Blade, that deterred his rendezvous, but the KO Dart, or the KO Blade rendezvous when you're the one getting the picks. His Deadly just finishes off the round. Take Ignites. 2 straight for Velocity here. Finishes off the round.
Deathmaker just made 2 straight for him. You know, he has that list where he just does stuff. Okay, who's killed Rex next? You know, he has that list where he does after Buster. Okay, got that too. No, he just cleaned the house there. Stuck in game, couldn't really enter. No, he just cleaned the house. He did talk about that wall. I believe coming from Master, right? On why that's pretty good, but that open area really made it difficult just for them to control, especially because they had the gun.
Yo, they were so prepared, and they actually spot the spike way out into the open. This is gonna have to be. They were so prepared to pick this back up. The spike way out in the open. Savvy's already gone on mid. Okay, to create some pressure, they can't really let him do this. But once again, Deathmaker is the headhunter master. Deadly's done some damage onto Buster here. Deathmaker is the headhunter through the wall. Make sure maybe he can get the pick off. Buster is holding through the wall on his own. He is making some noise. He is doing some damage. But now Deadly shuts him up on his own. A-main is where the action is at. Damage. Right to Ace. That nice one. And Hell F takes the other. The idea was there. Buster was doing so well. And Hell F takes the other. Look at this push was there. Buster was doing anticipating that there was going to be somebody there cheeky enough to go through B-main. But you know what? Velocity do what Velocity does. Cheeky enough to go through. They do it well. But you know what? Velocity do what Velocity does. They do it well.
Easy work. I mean, it goes to show this is why it's their favorite map. It's the reason why they love playing in Greece, because they've mastered mastered their ways here on how to take control and when to push and when to play aggressive. This was the Valorant again for win streak, and still got nothing. Valorant for win streak, and still got nothing. Matras is getting that kill towards Savvy, and we talked about on how Savvy is the momentum shifter of this team. Having him down and dead, not looking good, but the momentum shifter of this team, able to get a gun on his hand, not looking good, but the momentum shifter of this team.
It still brings it into a 4 versus 3. 3 versus 3 now. Right to Ace. Still brings it into a 4 versus 3. There was that little bit of lull. I think Astra could have flicked there. Good pick me up from right to little bit of lull. I think Astra could have flicked alone with the scout. Pick me up. Excuse me, a Marshall. Keep butchering the 2. My bad. You know what? We got it's butchering the 2. It came from that game, right? You know what? We're all good.
Well, to be fair,
it came from that game, right? You know what? We're all good.
Game are actually pro players or ex-pro players of that game.
You can say the name. I mean, people have said the name. We can't like not say it. CS:GO. I'll say it first.
It's impossible. I mean,
sorry, Ryan.
A lot of players here in this team, also in this team of the.
Sorry, Ryan.
A lot of their players here in this team, also in this team.
Sorry, Ryan. You know, I think Savvy is one of the few that actually was bred from Valorant first before any other. Is one of the few that it's either that or he played like the other tactical shooter, the other hero shooter. Like it's either that or he played like. I can't remember if he's that one. If not, I think he's bred. He's purebred Valorant. He's that one. If not, I think he's bred. He's purebred.
Pretty interesting random facts that we have here. But yet again, it's still facts that we have here. Having a difficult time on entering this side. But the only time I've seen them being able to at least go in is during the pistol round, and so far still struggling. Go in.
There we go. That's the initial pick that they wanted to see, but the operator is still a big threat coming in from Deadly here. They're using the Cypher Cage, which I really do like. Savvy, Deadly here. Use this, and Savvy gets spotted, but really do like such a gopher, able to peek in and peek out of his hidey hole. Gets spotted, but get damage in, gets tagged. Gopher, able to peek in and peek out of his hidey hole. Get damage in, gets tagged. Waiting for your teammate to rotate right in. Operators too, as well. If you think about it, Savvy's like just 11 HP. He needs to find a little bit of value here. Goes up. Think about it. Savvy's overwhelmed. 2 versus 1. Right to Ace. Oh, he's hearing the reload. Oh, no. Overwhelmed. 2 versus 1. Right to Ace. Oh, he's hearing the reload. I mean, there's no weapon he could change up that was near him, so he had to, right? Right to Ace was so near. Change up that was near him.
You'd hate to see it. You had to.
Yep. Right to Ace was so near.
One of the worst moments ever. And Savvy too. He did get a couple of kills here, but the moment he dropped, couldn't get that kill. He did right to Ace. Got him down to 30 HP. Couldn't get that kill. And it could have been a possible down to 30 HP. But just because he had to reload, and then cut it. Now, we are in a pickle here, Astra. Because in terms of credits or economy-wise, we are down so bad on the momentum. Like you can really see on how dominating Velocity Gaming is right now.
So scary how well they can play this. And whatever they want to choose to like go on is just not working for them. They try to spread their forces a lot more a couple of rounds ago, and it didn't work. So now they're just trying to at least compress and try to look elsewhere. Rex giving away that his camera was there. It's a dead giveaway that I think they're still hard pressed for the A side. Because first things first, look at Deadly. He's already all the way through the other side. Can actually go around if ever. And as they open the door, they're still so ready for it. Yep, they can always updraft through that trap. They're not going to know about this. They're still occupied on what's right in front of them. They don't know what's happening. Oh, behind. And Hell F comes in for the 4K right to Ace to clean it up. And if ever they dealt with this on the A side, again, there was still that flag coming in from Deadly from the back. Again, there was still that flag coming in from Deadly
Hell
from
F just went like, that was delicious. Hell F just went like, as he got that 4K there. The moment you were trying to enter, as he got towards the side, Amaterasu was already preemptively waiting for the flash. He knew it was gonna come. at the back end waiting for the flash. The moment he was gonna come, jumped in. That was just demolished by hell up. At the back end waiting for the flash. The moment he was gonna come.
I mean, again, the idea is right there. We talk about how well they can follow up Savvy once he does that idea is right there. Cloudburst dash, right? How well they can. This is where it becomes really difficult because there's no Cloudburst dash, right? I don't know, like the position, maybe the utility isn't well supplementing for Savvy, so he's going to be left on an island for a couple of seconds to fend off for himself. Now he finds some value on this one. So much ball bang. To fend off for the rest of Winstreak here, taking so much damage right to Ace. Already prepared for it. Taking so much damage right to Ace. All the way onto A main. He can actually go for a big fight if he wants to do so. That wall makes the rest of Winstreak second guessing. He's going to try to go for B here, where Deathmaker is just waiting to go for B here. Again, Astro. He can double. Oh, he could have gotten the double, but they don't line up beautifully. They don't line up well enough. Oh, he saw the double. Yep, the shoulder's done. Peek me again, I dare you. Oh, he saw the. Not gonna happen. 30 seconds. But where I dare you. Where did Equinox actually go? That he's in 30 seconds. He can find some opportunity to get in the side. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Can find some opportunity to get in the side.
Nowhere. For timeouts. Yeah,
absolutely nowhere.
He really have no answers on. How do we take this? When Savvy enters, you really have no answers. It's like a double-edged sword for when Savvy enters. When Savvy enters, it's like a double-edged sword to make sure that he's able to get that entry frag that they need. When he doesn't, WStreak lose their momentum. When he doesn't fall out, or it turns like dominoes, where it's a domino effect where you can't even enter the side anymore. So it just goes to show how important Savvy is in their lineup in terms of taking sides, and Breeze being a very open map and quite big. You know, it's so hard for him to do that. What he wants to do compared to like tight cornered maps. You know, this map is so huge that he can get picked off anywhere, any side, or any corner. So if he's not able to give that opener for Winstreak, if he's not able to retake the side immediately, or not even giving them a chance to take it.
I think looking away from Savvy just quickly here. I think there is also the fact that the support system for him isn't as optimized as I'm kind of hoping for Winstreak. The support system for him, I think Savvy's ability to dash in. Again, the reason why we're talking about him so much is he's one of the big factors for Winstreak to actually get success into the rounds, which he does get the entry, but again, the mid-round translation for Winstreak isn't as good. He does get the entry, but again, the mid-round translation for did you see that? It was a bug with the weapon. It just transformed. All right, anyways. In any case, again, the support system, the follow-up, the follow-through from the other players of Winstreak is what I'm curious about, because it seems like they have an idea, but because they can't really flush out or understand where the rest of the players Velocity have placed themselves, it's so difficult for them to push. Equinox was like, oh, I got some information now, and then Null Command just straight up in his face. Equinox was like, oh, I got some information now, and then Null Command.
And look at that dead leaf with the flag. Only points two. And look at that dead leaf with the flag. Only points two. The pressure is on with the flag. Get that. Like you said, the support system here, once Savvy does get, is able to enter, you need to follow up immediately and right away. They're trading it here and now, but the numbers are not in the favor, right? They're trading it here and now, but the numbers are not
Rex finally has an entryway here onto the site. Rex actually spots out Deathmaker, activates the trap. Now, at least he knows that Hellmaker's right behind him, so he can isolate a fight here if he can win against Hell F, which he does not. Well, if he could have, so he could have maybe forced a good position where he has the 1v1, he has a camera to see where Deathmaker would have been coming from, but again, these are what ifs, not really what is happening. In any case, Velocity, what ifs, they just know what to do. Like, they are reading Velocity Winstreak so well. Like, again, initially you saw that Silver Drone come in, and as soon as it actually spots you saw that the KO Amaterasu, just like no command in your face. You can't do anything anymore. The KO Amaterasu,
You
just
shall not
like
pass. You can't enter. Even if you do, you're just gonna get killed. And right now, you can't enter. I think it's desperation. You're just gonna get killed. At least right now, you're that desperate on trying to get it, but right now, nothing to no avail on trying to get it, but right now, just poking around here, looking around to get information.
oh wow, he got shot down too. Oh wow, he got shot down too.
Seems like they might be rushing towards the B side, and there you have it. Savvy, he enters
Spike down B.
What a bit, right? Face gets the kill, and there you have it. Savvy does die. What is there? Around, and kill, and there you have it. Planning the spike is the only consolation that he won.
Yep.
Planning the spike is the only consolation.
At this point, you know, as a viewer, you'd think, what the hell is Winstreak doing, right? At this point, you know,
But
as a viewer, at this point, you kind of want to think about this from the perspective of Winstreak, where at this point they just have to do with what tools they have right now for them. If they can only really, they just have to do with try to go for hard contact, and there's no, if they can only really real try to go for hard contact, and there's no follow up in terms of abilities, right? They have to go rough into the sights. They gotta try it as much as they can and just hope that maybe there's one round that ignites the follow-up of rounds they can get. Maybe there's that's as good as they can really hope for, but it's not as easy as you think it would be, because again, we'll go back to the fact that Velocity's defense is just solid, so solid right now, Jake. Again, we'll go back to the fact that Velocity's defense is just solid, so
seen
solid right
upsets
now,
in this
Jake.
map in particular, in Greece. Like we've seen comebacks here and there from 12, I believe, sometimes like that. People are able to come back nonetheless. It's just a matter of the fact when, I guess, the opportunity arises, it's just we have that momentum of theirs. But how can their momentum even start when that momentum of theirs? Gaming is just playing out of their mind.
They're starting to push in through tunnel here. A desperation attempt just to maybe go for a ring around the Rosie at the flank of maneuver. Desperation attempt just to might have happened, could have happened. The solid defense on B was what really just hurt the case here. The solid defense. And is this the first 13-0 we're going to be looking at the case here for BCT to 0? We're going to off season at the case here for BCT to 0. We're going to off season at the case here.
Honestly, judging on how things are going right now, judging on how they're forced buying, they have to buy right now. They're trying to make something out of this. One round, I think, is what they're looking for here. At least one round as attackers. What they're looking for. One round. That's all they really are aiming for. Maybe that might be enough. Who knows? Maybe their defense is actually better than their attacking. But we have yet to see any signs of life yet for Winstreak. But we have yet to see any signs of life yet.
If we're fans of like Winstreak, right, or if they're fans that they're banking on the fact that they're hoping that they could get the rounds back in the second half, that is a very, very faint dream, because there's so many rounds that they have to bring back on in this one. This is turned up into a straight up shooter game. This is turned up into every contact is being wrung out here by Winstreak. Every contact. This is now the most solid round that we've seen from him, because now it's gone to the Force 4. They have some options here, JT, because they've taken down the Viper, so no more big smokes on the defender's side, so they can push up without really fearing that big toxic wall right in front of them. Buster on the defender's side. They just basically missed themselves. The flinch from Amaterasu. And Deathmaker finally missing a shot. This is the best opportunity for this team to strike and actually save their ultimates coming into the next round. The best opportunity for this team to strike and actually save their ultimates coming into the next round.
Gets flashed immediately, has to hide. The nail biter here, and I don't know if Velocity somehow puts a magic trick. I would here to grind. Velocity somehow puts a magic trick. I would gets a 4K. Buster. At least that's finally we see Winstreak do something here. They're finally getting a round. And this might be the opportunity for them. I'm just like probably hoping to see a closer match for Winstreak up against Velocity. And judging how things are happening, will they be able to continue on to the next round? Or this round in particular to win it? You know? As much as possible, you don't want to give as much rounds to each round. Velocity game because it's a tall mountain to climb. As much as possible.
I mean, at this point, they've already given that many rounds because it's 10-1. So, I mean, at this point, yeah. But anyways, they can't give up anymore, right? Because this is just the point where they can. Yeah. Anyways, good. They can't give up. Fall back there from right to Ace. Savvy has just pushed up all the way on spawn. He cares not for the fall back there from right to Ace. For the bickerings of man as he wants to get that value.
No!
Oh my God! Through the Cypher cage. The biggest value. Just disrespect that you can throw at Winstreak right now. Just disrespect. Playful little banter as he throws the fragment in the face of Deadly. That was mine to defuse. Those were my kills. But no, quick little replay here. I'd like the push from Savvy, but my kills. But no, quick little replay here. I'd like the push from Savvy, but
He gets those kills. I think it goes to the border closer to the monitor. The easier you get kills, even if you don't see them. I don't know. But Deadly, easier you get kills, even if you don't see them. I don't know. But Deadly, how do I get kills? Knives thrown out there as he hits the mark perfectly. Now, a big question for Winstreak. They are on the other side. A big question. Second half. We are the defenders here. Do we have a big question? How do I say it? Do they have as good as a defense as Velocity have? You know, the wall of how big is it? How tall is it? Is it hard to shatter, hard to break? The wall of now we'll get to see how big is it. Because if it's not sturdy or not strong enough, Velocity will just continue on pushing on the train.
yeah. This is the worst possible scenario for Winstreak because this is the worst possible. Okay, they got to buy scenario for Winstreak. Velocity can always go for a force buy and force their hand. Okay, but if they lose, they still have to go for a buy because it's going to be the last round next round. So there's no real solid point of like, oh, we still have some buffer rounds to play around, right? There's really not. So they have to be perfect from here on out. But again, us talking like this, it's just us being maybe hopeful optimists, but it's not. It's just us. It's not really a feasible thing to happen right now because Velocity is just that strong. But going back to what you said, right there could be that iron wall of defense from Winstreak here, but is it there? And if it is, how long can it last? Onslaught that is Deadly and Deathmaker just making waves. Actually, no, everybody from Velocity has been making waves in this particular second match on Green. Actually, no, everybody from
barely have even died
in this particular
this entire I guess map itself. You can see right to Ace has only died twice. He's been the survivor, and so far really good performance for them. I mean, it is their map pick, right? And they had a history already of matches being. It is their map. Meanwhile, Winstreak had none at all. This is the first ever history we're gonna be able to find. None at all. For Winstreak playing in this map, and they're playing up against a formidable team. As you can tell, 11-1. Will that be the story? Will it be the story of Velocity Gaming just demolishing the hopes and dreams of Winstreak to get a map number 3, or will Winstreak be able to have a Cinderella story and somehow come back and take map 2 off the hands? Now we have to see on how important this pistol round is going to be.
Okay, this wall at least hides the cheekiness that is Astro! What a magic man! Gets 2. Cheekiness really hurts the offense right now because they are scrambling. Deathmaker comes in from switch, but not really able to deal the damage that he's looking for. And there's still that huge flank from Savvy that is, as we're seeing here, Hell App. Yeah, 13 HP, not gonna happen. As we're seeing here, Hell App. Check to the right of you. Not gonna happen. Quickly just flicks onto that second target, so smooth. To the right of now, this is where it gets. Okay, question is, Velocity, Force Fire, no? They're gonna save it. Okay. Now, this is where it gets.
There isn't really much of a
Velocity, Force Fire, no? They're gonna save it. Now, this is
I guess just they're very comfortable in the position that they are at, knowing that we have a lot of rounds already on their name. Let's just play as normal as possible. You know, they have a lot of nothing for us to let's just pressure to just get a round out of them. So it's very difficult to see for Velocity. Meanwhile, for Round, they have to win this one. You know, Headhunter, we've seen on how well Depmaker is with that. They have to win this with his Headhunter. We've seen on how well he gets kills. Sometimes even better than actual guns. His Headhunter is able to pop them off. How well he gets kills. Quite easily better. So his Headhunter is able to pop them off. Velocity Gaming, quite easy. They're still okay. Smooth sailing as it is. A bit scared to see, but you know, we did talk about how well Cypher is defending. He can really hold down a side when he has to. You know, we did talk about how well Cypher.
Again, you don't really have to place your trap at the most common of points. Just make sure that you have an angle to get the value kill when you can, like this one. Make sure that you have an angle to get the value. Gonna have to readdress that. Like this gets baited out perfectly. So now there's no extra smoke on B main. They can start pushing right in. The recon dart flushes it out a little bit. There's the wall. Savvy ready for the swing. The recon dart dash here anymore, JT. So if ever he does get overwhelmed, there could be some cheekiness right there. Astro. Wow, he actually still sprays through the wall. It's like, okay, I got this. Astro. This is mine. Savvy follows up. He's back. Do they have the time to plant the spike? Buster is still holding the A site, and he's not going to budge at all. And here comes the plethora of rounds that we're calling back for win streak here. Okay, the most important thing that I wanted to see here is win streak gonna, on the two players that died, are they gonna actually buy rifles, or are they gonna go for the bonus and hope that they can just buy into the next round? Yep, they're just gonna go for the bonus. Or are they going to go for the bonus and hope that they can just buy the next round? Yep, they're just going to go
still scary to see. You know, normally you go for the buy as much as possible. Oh, we do see Buster getting that Vandal on his hand here. They do realize that we do need to have guns, everybody, to get someone. Savvy going for the peek and gets killed by Hell App. Oh, that is a major error. Savvy going for the peek and gets killed by Hell App. Here and there. Number advantage now for Velocity. Going for the peek and
yeah, this again is they're just playing the bonus round. They're just trying to get as much value as they can. Again, with all of these playing the bonus round, they're just trying to get as much with the weapons that they have in hand, which is basically just Spectres against Vandals. Anyways, VLT with the weapons that they have. I think they're actually respecting that fact. That's why they're pressing a lot more on mid, because it's more long-range fights, and they can go for awkward angles that I don't think the defenders are really actually looking for. Look at this pinch play that Deadly has. So he's clearing up the spawn. Has Deathmaker actually pushed all the way on Halls just so that they can maybe get the pinch just in case one comes in. So this nest and mid position is so locked and loaded. 40 seconds remaining. Equinox is not going to know. He's giving up the information and waits. 40 seconds. Ooh, he was just a few seconds from getting one there.
Oh, he might get one.
Excuse me. Yep, probably should.
Yeah, he did.
There it is.
One enemy remaining.
Getting one there.
Oh, he might get one.
Yep, probably should.
Very clinical play here for Velocity Gaming, taking control of mid and being able to answer or get so much information out of mid. None of them die at all. Or get so much information.
See how clean that game was. I almost spoke in Tagalog.
People are gonna be like, what is
that
he
game
saying?
was. I almost spoke in Tagalog. Yeah, no, excuse me. But yeah, that was a really good read and strategy for from Velocity at this point, because they got Savvy so early, and because they knew that Savvy was the only one who was probably rocking a Marshall. Mid pushing would be the best for them, because anybody who's brave enough to try to go for the mid push would be fighting against Spectres up against those Vandals. Try to go for the mid push would be fighting against Spectres up against those
Astro,
Vandals.
well, look at its positioning. They're not gonna check. He's holding it, waiting for the moment to attack. Well, look at its positioning. They're not gonna check. He's holding it, waiting for the moment to attack. Look at its positioning. They're not gonna check. He's holding it, waiting for the moment.
Happens to the best of us performance anxiety. He's like, oh, I gotta get these 2 kills or else my team's gonna be in such a disparity. He's like, oh, I gotta get these 2 kills or else my team 2 players are on spawn. Pick up the one last remaining will be Equinox. Can he equalize and keep the dream alive as he's been suppressed? But it's not gonna happen. Amaterasu finds the final kill and this series is done. 2-0 for Velocity. And this is the most crucial of highlights supposedly there for Astro, but it was just a no-go. The most crucial of
that actually there for Astro. It was him for him to take the no one checked the corner. That was that actually for him. But like you said, given at the moment, there's so much pressure for you to perform because one mistake is enough for you to lose the map, to lose the game, and it just goes to show on how hard it is to be in that situation. And again, Velocity, we already knew this is their favorite map, or this is a map that they have played numerous times and taken games out of big names as well. So kudos to them on winning 13 out of big names as well. Dominated throughout, had that strong wall of defense on defending against the team of Winstreak. They could have just entered. He had no way to enter. And each time they go for a pick, they get denied. No, Savvy couldn't really play his game, the game he wanted to play. And not only that, you know, Velocity Gaming overall as a team played amazing. And not only that,
absolutely, Velocity just had, I think, a more solidified game plan. Not really a one-way streak, but they were able to adjust much quicker. They understood what their opponents' limitations were, and it really was very obvious to see how well they could, as you mentioned, read the opponents as they were playing, them, and just how well these small but key mistakes, or maybe just again missing one shot right from win streak that just again snowballed into just failure for them. Anyways, we do have the map MVP coming up in just a bit. I wonder who it's going to be, and this time it's going to be Hell F. Look at that, 16 kills, 3 first bloods, 282 ACS. He's been really racking up here. The silent supporter for Velocity in that previous game, but coming into Breeze, he's gone locked and loaded, and again, MVP in that previous game, but coming into Breeze, he's gone.
What remind me on why he is the MVP is when he was defending that side when he got a 4K. You know, remind me on why there was flashes, there were so many neutrals being used. He kept calm and just killed them one by one by one. And like he said, you know, if you saw that player cam, he said like, thank you for that delicious dish that you have served for me. He ate it all up and could have gotten an ace if he wanted that you have served for me.
Now we do have the scoreboard just to see what the final statistics are here. The scoreboard 3, to see what that was just a beatdown. Statistics are here. The showcase from Velocity here. Again, Hell F down Sova 16, 9 showcase from Maker, Deadly here. Again, there's no real low performer for Velocity here. Everybody really did as well as they can. Amaterasu is like 9 kills because he's been throwing such well placed utility as a KO, so he didn't really have to get that many kills. But his utility usage was spot on. I think somebody that we have to also highlight that needed to really get more value off of his particular agent has got to be Rex on this Cypher of his. I really wanted to see a lot more aggressive lurks and making aggressive use or proactive use of his utility rather than just, okay, I'm just going to put this as an anti-flank and then, you know, never think about it again. Rather than just, okay, I'm just going to put this as
I was about to bring it up as well. I felt like
think about it again.
Cypher was a bit of a lot. I was about to, we didn't really get to see on why Cypher is is really dominant on this map, on how well he could really play with his utilities at hand. Sadly, on this end, it didn't really shine at all. It felt like Rex has a lot to prove. He has a lot to show. It felt like, but it was caught short. There was really nothing that he could have done that would have changed the course of this map. It was very done. Like I said, it looked like the usual placements here for the anti-flag, and that was it. You didn't really see like the lurk and make them move around or to cut them off guard as much as possible. Sadly,
and again, there was just that point where you really do feel the struggle here from win streak. So with all that being said, that wraps up our second series for this one. We do have another one in the ropes here. What do we have next? This one, we do have of course, the next bracket, Velocity Gaming versus Enigma. As we're going to be looking up into this one. Velocity that is tomorrow. Versus Enigma. Oh, sorry. Next up is Velocity. That is tomorrow. I am losing my mind already. Oh, sorry. I've been casting for 2 series. I apologize for that. This is for tomorrow's. I am losing my mind already. I've been casting for 2 series. I apologize.
Okay, in case you're wondering on what is the next match or what's going to be happening, it's going to be God Squad, which you guys saw earlier on the match, up against Revenant Esports, which is also a known team in South Asia. So it's going to be a interesting matchup here. In case you don't know, Revenant Esports went 2-0. It's going to be up against Lethal Esports. He went clean sweep here, 2-0 up against their enemy or their opposing team. And to see them play up a God Squad, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be the finals of that group. We'll get to see if they will qualify. It is going to be the finals of that as much as possible. And there you have it. As you can see the schedule of the day. The group finals that we're going to be seeing. I'm so excited. The group finals.
I mean, again, it's because there's a time difference, all right? So I got confused a little bit because, again, I think right now it's because there's a time difference, all right? So I got confused a little bit because maybe 6:15 right now.
Yeah,
about 9
that's
PM
actually
already.
It's 6:15 right there.
Maybe 6:15. I apologize.
I apologize.
That is on me. But we still have one more series to go, and definitely this is one what fans are going to be very excited to actually watch. As you mentioned, it's going to be God Squad versus Revenant. Another banger of a match. Anyways, I believe we are going to go on a break. When we come back, the next series to go. This is my last series for the day, guys. I'll see you on the next one. It's JT and Universe for the next series to go. You guys have fun. All right. Anyways, we'll be right back after this one. Universe for the next series to go. You guys have fun. All right. Anyways, we'll be right back after this one. Universe. It's not going to break.
No, they were saying no.
We're still going to talk.
You can't go. You can't leave. Not now. No, they were saying no.
We're still gonna talk. Okay, that's probably on me.
We had a bit of awkward silence there.
Okay, that's probably on me.
Okay.
Okay, we're still gonna wait. I mean, I may have misheard. That was on me. I may have misheard. See, I'm mishearing things every single time. I may have misheard. Now is it safe to go? I'm mishearing things every single time. I may have misheard. Now we can go on that break. Let's go. Now is it safe to go? Am I sure now? Gosh, I think I have to pass it on to you to actually throw this to the break because now I don't know. Am I sure now?
Now, okay, I got you.
Pass it on to you to actually throw this to the
now
break because now I don't know.
100%. Sure now, okay, I got you. For a break, Asura needs that rest badly, so we'll see you guys. He will see you guys next time. For a break, Asura needs that.